When detectives entered the old farmhouse on Miller Road, the first thing they noticed wasn't the smell or the eerie silence. It was the locks. Every single door in the house, from the front entrance to the smallest closet, had multiple deadbolts on the inside, 37 in total. And behind each locked door, there was something the owner desperately wanted to hide. The house belonged to Elias Moore, a quiet, reclusive man in his late 50s. He had no criminal record, no visitors, and no known family. Neighbors only knew one unwritten rule. If you passed his house at night, you never ever looked at the windows. They swore the lights flickered on their own. Sometimes they'd glimpse a figure inside, standing just behind Elias, someone tall, thin, and always in the shadows. But Elias Moore lived alone. At least, that's what everyone thought. Police were called to the property after Elias vanished without a trace, but nothing could have prepared them for what they found inside. The front door had 5 heavy locks, all bolted from the inside. The living room door had 6, the kitchen 4. Each room had more locks than the last, as if Elias wasn't trying to keep people out, but was trying to keep something in. In several rooms, they found claw marks etched deep into the walls, but there were no animals in the house, and there was absolutely no sign of a forced entry. The first room they managed to unbolt held a small wooden table. On it was a single item, a faded photograph of Elias, but behind him a shadow stretched across the wall, a darkness larger and more distorted than any person could cast. It had no discernible shape, no face, just a void that seemed alive. Beneath the photo was a note in Elias's shaky handwriting. It read, "If one lock opens, it follows." The second locked room was worse. A single chair sat in the center of the floor, tied down with thick ropes and leather belts, as if someone had tried to restrain themselves in it. The floor around the chair was covered in thousands of frantic scratch marks, forming a desperate, chaotic circle. In the corner, officers found an old tape recorder. When they pressed play, a trembling voice whispered, "Don't let it out, don't let it out. It stands behind me when I close my eyes." Then, a loud, violent bang, the sound of a door being slammed shut with every ounce of strength. The recording clicked off. The final locked door was the most secure of all, reinforced with 10 heavy bolts. As they pried it open, a bone-chilling draft rushed out, as if the room had been sealed for decades. Inside, there were no windows and no furniture. There was only one thing on the bare walls, a huge, 7-foot-tall outline of a human figure, painted in black. But here's the most terrifying part. The paint was smeared outward, as if something asterisk inside asterisk, the painted silhouette had pushed against the wall, struggling to break free. And below it, Elias had written 3 sentences. "It stands still. It waits. It knocks." As the officers stood in the silent, cold room, one of them swore he heard its 3 slow, deliberate knocks, coming from just behind the wall. Elias Moore was never found. Not his body, not his belongings, nothing. But to this day, neighbors report strange noises coming from the abandoned farmhouse. The sound of locks rattling, of doors shaking in their frames. And sometimes, late at night, when the wind is quiet, they hear it. 3 slow knocks. The property is sealed, but no one dares go near it, because whoever, or whatever, Elias Moore was trying to lock away, 37 locks might not be enough.